Parler rapidement de la situation économique du cinéma porno, et est-ce que c'est un motif pour lequel vous avez fait ce travail un peu à part?
Vous voulez dire des deux versions, ou ce
disons,
film-là
on est spécialisé dans le porno, pourquoi partir sur quelque chose de plus artistique et de moins porno? Est-ce qu'il y a une recherche de diversifier la partie économique des revenus pour tourner les films? Parce qu'il semble qu'il y a une grande crise dans le porno, je ne sais pas si c'est vraiment le cas pour tout le monde.
Yeah, because I didn't get all that.
Donc c'est plus sur le cinéma porno, peut-être que vous avez une...
Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire?
It's about the economical crisis in the porn industry. And the fact that to make it something more arty is maybe an answer to that crisis.
Good idea. No, I mean, it's absolutely true. There's a huge crisis in the porn industry, and people are having to come up with inventive ways to try to make money making porn. I mean, because of the economic crisis, because of piracy, because of the disappearance of DVD, porn is in this strange transitional period where people are trying to figure out how to market and make money from porn. So, I mean, one of the reasons why the two porn companies, Dark Alley and First Film, I think allowed me to make such a strange film, which probably might be a hard style as pornography, is because, like you say, I mean, if you make a kind of a more prestige somehow project or a kind of an artistic project, it draws attention to the product, and it's a kind of attempting to cross over to another audience, and can still perhaps be used to cross-promote the porn film. But this is something I've been doing since the late 90s. I mean, I've made 3 films now which were made with porn companies, and I've made softcore versions which are more like the art version and hardcore versions, and they're marketed separately. But of course you can cross-promote them. So there is an element of what you're talking about in making this movie. It draws attention to the porn company, and it's like a kind of becomes a signature film, a kind of a project to promote the company. Silence. Silence equals death.
One last question.
Your film has almost no similarities with what we're used to see in cinema productions. So do you consider your film more as an actual movie or as an artistic performance?
You know, I'm well aware that it's not a film that you will see at the multiplex. I made the film originally more as an art project. I showed it initially in Germany in my art gallery, Paris Projects, and like I said, I really wasn't trying to make a kind of a commercial film. I was making a visual piece. So I see it more as an art object than as a kind of normal movie. But having said that, I mean, I think I'm trying to make work in the tradition of the avant-garde and in the tradition of experimental film, which I think it's unfortunate that those kinds of films are no longer shown in theaters. There's kind of this whole new idea that audiences have that a movie can only be a mainstream narrative film. It can only be one sort of style of filmmaking that people are interested in. So for me, it's trying to bring back this idea of avant-garde filmmaking. In the 60s and 70s, you would go see a Warhol film, for example, you would go to see Empire or Sleep or whatever, he would show them in theaters, and the audience would go and sit through a 6-hour movie with somebody sleeping on a couch. And I mean, so there was still that idea that you could show this kind of film in a theater. So I guess I'm kind of being nostalgic about that kind of historical, distant past.
Last question. How much joke is in that movie?
Choke or joke?
Joke.
There's a lot of choking. You mean in terms of it being meant to be funny?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think when you have the idea of somebody fucking somebody's heart and making it start beating again, I mean, you know, it's meant to be kind of tender at one point, but I think it's obviously a joke on a certain level.
It's very sad.
I think so.
It's the same time. So you're sure you don't want to ask last question? Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Olivier. So have a good night, sweet zombie dreams, and see you tomorrow. Bye.